doctors that I know, said they have had to hire an extra worker, at least part-time, to take care of all the paperwork and insurance work that's involved because they can't do it. And the person that they have as a secretary, keeping track of appointments and stuff, in many cases, they're not skilled enough to do it. Okay? That's how confusing it is. But my kidney doctor, my nephrologist, said he actually felt that Obamacare was a good thing for the simple reason that it covered so many people. Now, granted, this is at the beginning, who they had insurance where they didn't have insurance before. But I do understand that the premiums are getting way out of hand.
And listen, there are, I think, 60 or 80 counties in the country
that only have one provider.
They have no providers at all.
No, they said they have
they have no. Counties, not states, but 60 or 80 counties have no providers right now. Okay?
Well,
there are a lot of them a lot of states that only have one provider. But we're talking about counties that have nobody. And I want to correct you about a couple of things because when my mic was off, I'm a pretty good expert on what goes on in emergency rooms and hospitals. I've been doing it quite often.
Yeah.
And every emergency room that I've gone to and every hospital that I've attended, there's always been a doctor right away, and there's always and always the physician, her personal physician was her doctor. And I'm talking about different hospitals, always a personal physician, and if it was a personal specialist. Every specialist was
I know what you're saying,
personal.
except that the doctors that she used at Presbyterian, or wherever she was
South
in the city,
Nassau,
they were house doctors.
No, they were not. So I'm trying to tell you.
No, your regular doctor didn't go into the city to see her.
My regular doctors, all the regular doctors went to see her. Not in Manhattan. They're not going to go into Manhattan.
That's what I'm talking about.
But I'm talking about in South Nassau. Dr. Nussbaum was always there. And every one of her specialists came in every day to see her. There was no house doctors at all. The house doctors took some of the tests, but that's about it. And every one of her personal doctors, every time she went to the hospital, had to sign her off before they would release her. Not the house doctors, her personal doctors. Each one of them had to sign her off. Okay, so... And boy, have I done that many times. Yeah, so, but Obamacare just it's not affordable.
I'm so old. I remember when my parents used to go to the doctor with me, and my father would give the doctor a chicken.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the old days.
The barter system. The barter system.
Oh, by the way, there are a whole bunch of doctors.
And it's beautiful.
There's a whole
It
bunch.
was. It really was.
There's a whole bunch of doctors. Wait, Ed, 1 second. Ed, 1 second. There are a whole bunch of doctors in New York that do house calls.
Oh, no, I know. There's special groups for that.
There's more than one. There's a lot of groups.
I know that there are.
And they don't charge any more.
Oh, I don't know.
I know. They don't charge any less. They just take the insurance like anybody else. Some take copay, some don't, depending what your insurance has. I mean, it's actually less expensive practice when you think about it.
I know that my doctor, if mainly because it started out, she started out as elder care. So the bottom line is many of her, patients were into their 70s and 80s and couldn't get out. So she would set aside time in her day and actually go visit them at home.
Exactly. Yeah.
But you were saying, Ed.
Before I cut you off.
Well, that's, to me, the biggest problem with healthcare, is the fact that we have too many hands in the pot. It's just like you got the insurance companies trying to make their profit. You got the government trying to tell you what to do, and in the mix, the patient-doctor relationship gets dissolved. You never had that problem back in the '60s. It was like you had your family doctor. You go there, and if you don't like him, you can pick another family doctor. You paid as you go. But once the insurance got involved into it, now everybody has to have insurance. And now, oh wait, we're going to get the government involved in insurance. Now we're both in there, and it's I don't see any solution because we need to go the other direction instead of letting government and insurance companies.
Well, Ed, let me ask you. You said that you have health insurance now for the first time in like 10 years. When you got sick and you needed a prescription, did you have a family doctor you would go to who would see you and write you
over the last 10 or 15 years, I never had a family doctor because I moved from Pennsylvania down to Florida, and I would use the Instacares.
Okay, the walk-in clinics, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is similar to a family doctor situation, and you can pick which one. If you don't like the one, in this area, you can go a couple miles up the road and find another one.
No, it's true.
It's like, why am I forced to buy a product I don't want to buy? I don't want to buy a product off the federal government. Why are they taxing me for not buying it? I mean, that whole concept is so whacked out. Obamacare is whacked.
Well, but when they talk about
it's a tax, Roberts called it a tax, but it should have been said unconstitutional. Federal government, it's not supposed to be running the health care. Our founders never intended on that. And it should be done at the state or local level. Local level, to me, would be better.
But if your health was questionable at best, and I'm not talking about you per se, but just anybody, all right, and you had to go into the hospital, I mean, an ordinary hospital stay of a week could practically break the ordinary person, okay, when you figure out all the charges.
You just don't pay it.
Right. Well, that's where it needs to get down to community level, that we take care of each other without centralized government and without giant healthcare industry. We need to say, hey, we're going to, take care of our fellow humans, and we're going to do it at the local level, and we're hiring nurses, and, they're going to treat us all. If you're from this county, you get the health care there. If you happen to be visiting somewhere else, they can return you to the county and trade off things that way.
So who pays for these doctors?
The insurance companies. The bureaucracies of the federal government and all their agents and how much it costs to pay them, and the bureaucracies of the insurance companies and what it takes to pay them. Get rid of that and put it towards the actual patient that's in need.
But who pays for these doctors in the community?
Well, who pays for the police and who pays for the firemen? I think it should be done the same way. It should be done through our property taxes, our local taxes.
So that's
what you're talking about. You're talking about a plan similar to what Canada has, where they have a VAT tax where everybody pays, let's say, 10%. Whatever they buy, they pay.
Yeah, in the community.
Well, in Canada it would be, in the country, and that money goes into a pool, and that's what the money that they use.
Well, you're basically talking about.
They're too centralized too. But see, I would be more for letting the community take care of.
Yeah, so you're talking about a local.
Just like
a local socialist.
I don't want federal police. I don't want federal police. I want local police.
No, but I'll say,
I want federal firefighters. I want local firefighters.
Okay, so
I don't want federal health care providers. I want local health care providers.
So you're basically talking about a socialist system based on local government.
Yes.
Well, as a states' rights person, that would make...
That's the anti-federalist, states' rights anti-federalists get the centralization out of it because it costs more just for centralization than the healthcare you're getting to. It's like if you look at all the healthcare dollars, 90%, 80% of it probably goes to the government and to the insurance companies, and to the pharmaceuticals are ripping us off, and very little gets back down to the local level.
In Israel, they have communities called kibbutzes. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Okay, that's how they live, the same basis, but actually they're very communal. They do all the work there themselves within the community. The community provides their
that's
own.
What we're talking. And I understand that concept. I think it's a good concept, because if you're going to let Obama take care of it, and Ryan take care of it, and President Trump take care of it, it's just going to keep going in circles, and it's not going to solve the problem. The problem needs to be solved locally with local people, because our healthcare system is a mess. Our third leading cause of death in the United States is malpractice.
Okay.
To the point where they're just going in circles, and they don't. It's like even a doctor's still losing interest. A lot of people aren't even want to be doctors anymore, because we've put so much bullshit on them that they're like, why do I want to do this?
Well, some doctors just do it because they care. Not saying a lot,
but some are just, and a lot of them are doing it for money.
Of course,
they're getting tired. They're getting tired of the whole runaround with the whole system, and it just keeps going in circles. And there's no answer to it for government and insurance companies. The answer needs to come back to the community, in my opinion. Now, hey, you guys might think, hey, yeah, Trump's going to solve it, and Obama's going to solve it, and more government, and more insurance companies, and more profit, and more pharmaceuticals. No, that's not. I'm telling you.
Well, first thing is I think the research should be done by the government, not by local companies. And if you want to have local health care, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, we should have choice. There should never be a mandate to make you buy something you don't want to. And if you don't want to be involved in that healthcare system, you should be able to say, I'm going to go to this guy as a doctor, and me and him have an agreement. We don't need the federal government saying I have to buy this insurance or I have to buy that.
Well, the Republicans don't want any mandate to buy insurance. At least that's what I think.
Yeah, but they haven't. The first bill that they're putting through right now is not getting rid of those mandates immediately, which they should be getting rid of. They're saying they're going to get rid of them, but over time, they should not only get rid of the mandates.
Well, first thing, whatever plan is being put out now is not going to be the plan that we see. Not even close. When they start...
You're fading, Felix.
I'm fading again?
Hello?
Okay, what he said. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. But
okay. What Felix was alluding to is, obviously, the thing that Ryan put out this week is not going to be the final plan. They have to do a lot of work on it. Many congressmen and senators already have said that there's no way they could vote for it. But they're worried primarily, the Republicans, primarily worried about where's the money coming to pay for this. Because, Republicans always feel if we're being asked to spend $20 billion, there has to be $20 billion worth of cuts from someplace in order to balance it out, because they don't want to have the debt rise any more than it has to. Okay? Now, they've already said that they're going to take money from the Coast Guard and from other places to pay for part of the Health Care Act that they're proposing, okay? But that's about as believable as, Mexico's going to pay for the wall, all right?
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing, like I said, the federal government should not be involved in health care. It should be brought back to the state and the local areas. and we should focus on what needs we have